We got the GoPro! Woo! Hey, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. What is up, champs? It's your host, Champion Trucker, aka actually my name, Xavier. Just hit that sub button if you're not already sub because you want to become a champ. I know you do. So I'm excited because we're going to go over my Schneider National. That's the company I'm going with. My Schneider National recruiting process. I want to document all my interactions and everything like that. So, I'm trying to stop saying okay? I have an issue where I'm like looking back at all of my videos and I'm like, damn, I say too much. I can't put that up. I'm not gonna edit each and every that I'm putting out there. So at least I recognize that issue. We are going to correct it by making sure that I have something next for me to say. But we're going to get into my Schneider National recruiting process. Just to let you guys know, I have a new Instagram and Twitter. That's going to be down below. It's just at Champion Trucker. I just need you guys to head on over there. Make me feel better that I have a little bit of a following, even if it's just one person. Because then I'll be like, I'll go up to my wife. I'll be like, hey, look, I have one follower. Yes. You know, so Schneider National, what is it like, the recruiting process? So what I did was I went online and I looked at their job board that they actually have. They do it a little bit differently compared to other companies. Some other companies, you just have to apply and that is it. They will assign you to a certain account. And I like this a lot more, that Schneider is showing you how much a typical driver will be making for that position, what jobs are available to you in your location. It'll also tell you if you're going to be, if it's a no touch or no hand freight. It will also tell you kind of just like the job aspects of the account. Sometimes it's just generalized because if you want to go OTR, you'll have that available to you, but there's no dedicated accounts. Obviously, you're going to be transporting whatever all over the 38 states. I think 38 states, or excuse me, 48 states, something like that. I think they only do 38 states, not 48. Maybe I'm wrong. They might do 48 states. I'm not too sure. Some company I heard they only do 38. I don't know. So with that in mind, you are looking and hunting for a job that you might find interesting, that will work better for you, right? So I found one that is in my area that is home weekly. It kind of sucks because there's like some wind, like a wind blower person out there, so you guys will hear that. Again, I've already recorded this video. It was like 20 minutes long and I was just like, no, I'm not about to do that. 20 minutes long, and it's not really, it's very informative, but it's more storytelling. And if I want to in storytelling kind of content, then I'll make sure to title it around that. But after I looked at this job position, I'm home weekly, no touch freight, 70, or I think it's 75% drop and hook, and then 25% something else. I can't remember. I think it's just a live load, live unload. That's it. But pretty much I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I seen other accounts that came my way from Schneider, and unfortunately I wish I jumped onto it sooner, but Schneider wasn't in my mind. So I applied for that account and I was like, okay, great. First, sorry, let me skip back. So I talked to somebody first. I talked to a lady first. She told me about the specifics of that position. I was like, let me hurry up and apply for this position, which I did. So fast forward, I get a call. a lady calls me and she's like, oh, okay, great. She was very flat, you know, she wasn't as very informative, because really her job is to screen you to see if you are even gonna reach the requirements for this position. We started talking. She told me about the position in more depth. She told me how much cents per mile I would be getting. She told me about other things. She told me about the location where this is at. So yeah, so she told me about all of these kind of details with the position. Then she told me, hey, I would love for you to talk to one of our recruiters. I was just like, you're not a recruiter? And she was like, no, I'm not. I'm just a screener. I just make sure that you meet the requirements for this position before I pass you on. Because you have to think about it. She's talking to hundreds of people probably in a day, maybe just 100, determining on the call volume. And with that being said, this screening process is going to allow her to be like, okay, he has no accidents, he has no criminal history, he doesn't do drugs. This is going to be a good prospect for the recruiter. I talked to the recruiter. It's amazing. I'm going to have to say my recruiter was amazing, very informative, very trustworthy. What he's telling me is, I get a really good vibe from my recruiter. And when it comes down to comparable to other companies that I talk to multiple different recruiters, and they all some of them didn't leave me with a good impression. The recruiter is going to leave you the impression of the company, because the company is training this recruiter. And I talked to some recruiters that were they didn't seem to care. And I was very scared about that, because if the recruiter doesn't care, why would the company care? I talked to another recruiter that just didn't, he seemed very inexperienced, not very knowledgeable about the whole entire process. So I was very weary about that too. There was a whole spectrum of recruiters that I talked to that I was very interested in the company, but overall left me with the impression that I might not be at my best at this company. I might not get everything I need from this company, right? So Schneider National's recruiting is that. Now, you apply, you get a call, you talk to a screener, then you talk to your recruiter, then your recruiter will send over emails to you about the position. They will tell you about the benefits. They will set up your drug screening. So that's a part of the recruiting, is now that you have to get your drug screening done before. And also something else. You also have to get another thing done, which is your CLP. You have to get your CLP before you get recruited onto, I believe, period. For at least my location, they said, hey, do you have your CLP? I sent in that. I've already had it done, which was fantastic. I'm glad I did, because I thought I was going to be ahead of the game coming in with my CLP with a different company. Turns out that, hey, you already got your CLP. That's perfect. You can start now. We'll start training you on the trucks now. From what I've seen with Schneider is that there's a lot of paperwork next week. Next Monday is when I start, May 3rd. There's going to be a lot of paperwork. That is in every position I've ever held. There is going to be paperwork, right? So about the drug screening, you have to take a urine test. Thankfully, when I did my DOT physical, I accidentally peed before I did that. But you take that urine test, and then there is a hair follicle test. I'm bald. I'm growing out my hair concurrently and not very long, due to the fact that I am concerned that so if they can't get hair on top of your head, they'll get it from your armpits. I don't have a lot of hair. I'm not a hairy guy. I know, TMI, but I'm not a hairy guy, unfortunately. So They got as much as they could from under my armpits, and they were like, I hope this is enough. And I hope this is good enough for the test. And I was sweating, not because I'm worried about drugs or anything. I could care less. I just don't want to, I don't want to be on a 2-week hold so I can grow my hair out, right? So far, so good. I'm fine on that aspect. I don't have to do anything like that. I'm still going to grow out my hair until Sunday, until they tell me, hey, you're good to go. So with that being said, just be prepared for a urine sample. They're going to be screening you for that, and then a hair follicle test. After that, they're going to tell you, hey, there's a Friday, you're going to hop on a call. That call will be about pre-orientation, what to expect. Now, my recruiter said it's not mandatory, but to me it is. Any information that I could get in advance, I'm gonna definitely do. There's like this tractor and it's very quiet, and it's like a bigger vehicle. So I'm like really right now like, what the heck? How is it so quiet? And they're like landscapers for where I live and whatnot. But yeah, to me, that any kind of information that I can get before my pre-orientation or my orientation, excuse me, is going to be beneficial. He sends over other documentation as well, such as, again, the job description, what to bring, what to do, and all of that information is going to be allocated to you via email. He's going to give you a check-in, he or she, whoever is going to be your recruiter, they're going to check in on you every 2 to 3 days just to make sure that you're good to go, that you're still thinking about going with Schneider, which is fantastic. I like communication. It does not bother me. If you call me every day, that's gonna be a little bit of an issue. Like, I'm not trying to get, calls every single day. But if you're checking in on me and you're like, hey, every 2 days, hey, I got some more information, or I'm seeing where you're at, or are we still good to go? I'm good with that. Now, my recruiter, he's going to be gone for the next few days, but I have a backup, somebody that's going to replace him until he comes back, which I like. It's fantastic. I tried this morning to talk about an intermodal position that they sent out to me. Unfortunately, they don't have an apprenticeship program with that. So that's another thing. If you do not have your CDL, there is an apprenticeship program that'll pay you $80 a day, and it will be towards a certain account. I seriously got to say, I'm super lucky to have an apprenticeship program with a weekly position, because usually if you're looking at with dry van, it's normally OTR. I would love an apprenticeship program, intermodal, but again, I need the experience. I need the experience of being on a truck. So that's my recruitment process with Schneider has been amazing. I understand that this company is very security driven. They're very strict. I'm coming in thinking that, man, I'm open-minded. I know that they're going to be strict. I know that they're looking for the best of the best. So I'm just saying thank you, Schneider, for this opportunity to learn underneath you. And whatever Schneider throws at me, I'm prepared to take and learn. And hey, strict or not, it's going to be an experience overall. I'm trying to get this thing on it. There we go. It's going to be an experience, and I have to be thankful for that, because a lot of people could be going OTR, especially the CPM that I'm getting looks to be like you should be going OTR, which is amazing. Then I'm home weekly. So I have to be thankful for that. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is my review over Schneider National's recruiting process, and it's a really good one. I really feel like after talking to like 5-6 companies, I'm not going to throw their names out there, they made me feel confident. They provided enough information. Their healthcare benefits are amazing from what I've seen right now. I'm talking about weekly, out of pocket, how much you're paying, then also your deductible, then you have a 401k, Roth. There's just a lot of benefits that you have to look at when it comes down to picking that first company. A lot of people, they just go with the first company and then they move on to another. That's not what I want to do. I want to be able to grow within a company. I know a lot of people want to do lease operator. They want to become an owner operator. I want to get as much experience as I can and grow within the company and possibly, retire. Then when I retire, I can pick up, and become an owner operator. I'm 24. And if I dedicate 20 years to a company, then I can go and retire and do whatever the heck I want. I can have that security. Maybe things change, maybe things change for me and I want to become an owner operator 10 years in. But I know for a fact that I need stability, and having a company that I can go to is the stability that I'm looking for. And I know Schneider is about safety and stuff like that. And I know that they're strict. So with that in mind, I'm going to have to figure out what that means. We'll figure that out on orientation next Monday. You guys will have a video for that. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a long one. I should have written in my notepad exactly what I wanted to talk about. If I missed anything, make sure to email me or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, or even the comments down below, because I will comment back. I love you guys that are commenting from my old community. I really do appreciate it. It makes me, or have a sense, abilities to have some friends out there, some familiar faces out there. And for anybody that's new, make sure to just drop down and kind of introduce yourself. Are you thinking about trucking? What is your mindset? What do you think about trucking? What is getting you into it, or something? I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. GoPro on deck. I gotta say, I reviewed the footage, that I just done, and it looks amazing. I love it. I'm super happy. I do need to snag 2 other batteries, because God, these batteries die super quick. I've only had it on for almost 20 minutes and the battery's almost about to die. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you, all you champs out there. It's a beautiful day. Keep a smile on your face, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.